There's a new breed of water being pushed today, so-called enhanced water. Some claim to sharpen your memory, improve your health, pump up your sex life. Chris Connolly checked it out.
Remember the fizzy fun of the Cola Wars?
You picked the
Pepsi. I picked Coke.
Well, today, the newest thing in beverage battles turns out to be the oldest thing. Water with a little something extra. Like oxygen.
Get the oxygen rush.
Or chocolate mint. Or just good karma. But you might need divine intervention to afford this stuff. Bling water, carbon carbonated with these Swarovski crystals. These products are known as enhanced waters. More than 150 different kinds are now available.
Antioxidant water.
Vitamin water. Protein water.
Life water.
Barry, is this a fad? These enhanced waters?
No,
will we see
no.
this?
Oh, no, no.
Barry Nathanson, editor of the trade publication Beverage Spectrum, says enhanced water is a $1.5 billion category.
Show us that the products work, and the consumer will come clamoring.
What do you think it is about the word water that gets people so excited?
Water is natural. It's good for you.
Nutritionist Dr. Pamela Peake says you should think before you drink, because while a little more H2O figures to do you good, some of the purported pluses these enhanced waters tout ought to be put on ice. For example, everyone knows that the bubbles in a beverage are carbon dioxide, but what health benefits come from adding more oxygen to H2O?
With 15 times more oxygen than regular mineral water.
I want you to take a nice breath. Blow it out. Okay.
Sure.
That's easily about 10 times more than you'll ever get from these drinks. The bottom line is, if you wanted more oxygen, open your mouth and breathe.
Then there's vitamin water, the country's best-selling enhanced water.
Carrie Underwood drank a vitamin water energy and
But
found
Dr.
the
Peake
drive
says
through.
it packs another punch too: calories.
And you're getting here 13 grams of carbohydrate, basically it's sugar.
In fact, this entire bottle of vitamin water has 32.5 grams of sugar, just 6.5 grams less than the sugars in this can of Coke. Meanwhile, Dr. Peake says the total vitamin content leaves a little to be desired.
You are getting 100% of your vitamin C. Could have done that with a couple of oranges, but silly me. And then going down the rest of the list, you're getting about 50% of the B vitamins if you have the entire bottle.
Are these healthy beverages?
Define healthy for me. There's no peer-reviewed research that we're aware of that says in those kinds of combinations and percentages of vitamins and refined sugar that you're going to suddenly become healthy.
Coca-Cola, makers of vitamin water, says we don't make health claims. We state very clearly on our label what's in our product. And how about this? Created by physicians. That's the selling point of the waters from Function, founded by 32-year-old orthopedic surgeon Dr. Alex Hughes.
We spend so much time and effort either developing devices or pharmaceuticals to help sick people, but very little time necessarily is spent trying to enhance the lives of healthy, hard-charging adults.
Dr. Hughes says he and his buddies decided to develop drinks for weekend warriors like themselves. From this ostensible hangover helper to this sexual vitality booster to this, a memory-enhancing drink, thanks to such ingredients as soy PS, zinc, and ginkgo biloba.
You're just going to assume, wow, that sounds sort of medical, and gotta trust him, he's got an MD for crying out loud. Be careful here. Be wary. Look for the research that goes with it.
Function has cited supportive studies to bolster their claims, but the studies are of the ingredients alone, not the drinks themselves. Take Brainiac.
Alex, how do you know it works?
What do you mean, how do I know?
Well, you just told me what the ingredients have done in other studies, allegedly. How do you know this works?
So the leap here is that we take what's established in mainstream clinical science, we test that ingredient is still in its functional form on the other side, and then we put that's our criteria for how we know that functional ingredient is still in effect in the product.
You have never tested this product, and no one has ever tested this product.
But that's professionally, whether it's in medicine, whether it's in other aspects of science, it would not be appropriate for a manufacturer of something to actually sponsor research.
That's said by someone who's naive, whether he's a doctor or not. There are many safeguards in place to prevent the company from controlling the outcome.
Dr. Thomas Crook has run hundreds of studies on memory over the last 37 years. And since the people at Function don't test their own products, Dr. Crook and his colleagues at the Cognitive Research Corporation in St. Petersburg, Florida, agreed to construct a small test for 2020 with 12 people to see if drinking 1 bottle of Brainiac really would improve memory.
How many of you would be interested in a drink that would enhance your short-term memory?
I'm from Richmond.
Thomas?
They took a few tests, like recalling names with faces, to establish their basic memory levels. Then, in unmarked glasses, some were given Function's Brainiac and others a placebo. After that, they each took the tests again.
Half of you drank Brainiac, which is a drink that is claimed to boost your memory and mental sharpness. Now, the other half of you had Hawaiian Punch. You want to guess which group did better?
Hawaiian Punch Group.
The Hawaiian Punch group.
In a response, the Function people said that because Dr. Crook's experiment comprised only 12 test subjects, it had generated no statistically significant findings. Dr. Crook agrees, but says from his experience, the results were to be expected.
It didn't surprise me because I read the papers that were sent, and I looked at the amount of that they were adding to the amount of PS, the amount of ginkgo they're adding to the product. They're so small that no one has ever shown any effect.
So if you've been drinking Brainiac to improve your memory, seems like you can forget about it. When it comes to enhanced water, it's the responsibility of consumers to make healthy choices, and not just for themselves, because now there's Fortifido, vitamin-fortified water for your dog. It's up to you to pour it in the toilet first.